Welcome to Pete and Anna's Travels. And today we're going to tell you about our trip to the USA. It was a huge trip. It was 6 weeks long and we did 8,000 miles on a road trip. But we've broken it down into little chunks. And of course, the first one we're going to tell you about is our trip over to Miami. Now, we decided to treat ourselves. It was for a special wedding anniversary, our 25th wedding anniversary. And we decided to go upper class, didn't we?
Yes, we did, and we flew with Virgin
Absolutely.
Upper Class.
Yeah.
And it's something I would definitely recommend. It was a wonderful experience, and we'll tell you a little bit about it.
Absolutely. I mean, it all starts from the very beginning. So if you are used to travelling, or you've gone to the check-in and you know all the hassle of standing in line and waiting to check in, nothing like that with upper class.
No, you can use what they call a drive-through check-in. So whether you're being dropped off by taxi or friends dropping you off, you go through a particular route, lane.
Absolutely. Even this is in the car. You turn left before you get to the main terminal and it takes you up this special little road with your own private little check-in area. And they come out and meet you, take your luggage, escort you out the car, and then you sit down in a little sofa area while they do the check-in for you. How about that? It's good, isn't it?
That's very good. And then you go through a separate hallway where you go through to the security check-in.
But not just any old security check-in. Of course, you're in upper class. So you get your own private check-in just for upper class passengers. And probably the only people you might bump into there would be the odd celebrity or two who's travelling on the same plane, and because there's only a limited number of people in upper class, there's just no queue whatsoever. So straight through security, easy peasy, and out to the side. Now you can, if you want, go to the throng of the main hall that you end up in and find a seat at a busy cafe or restaurant. Or, because you're upper class, where are we going, Anna?
We're going to the clubhouse.
The Virgin Upper Class Clubhouse. Oh my gosh, you want to just try this. It is amazing. And you can get a little lift that takes you up to the top. You can only get in there if you're invited or if you're in upper class or a gold card member, I think. When you get in there, you will be blown away. It's huge. Here's some pictures.
There's a dining area where you can just go in and have a sit-down meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch or dinner.
Absolutely. And of course, everything in there is 100% complimentary because it's included in your ticket. So there's a lovely deli as well, isn't there? You had some nice, some amazing meats and all the foods you can help,
And afternoon tea, they do afternoon teas,
Yeah.
nice assortment of sandwiches and cakes. Just depends what time, obviously, your flight is and what time you arrive.
Absolutely.
But we would certainly recommend that you allow yourself at least 2 hours in the
Absolutely.
clubhouse to experience
Yeah.
all the benefits, really, that
Absolutely.
go with your ticket.
Yeah, I mean, there's a cocktail bar along there. I mean, we had a Bucks Fizz with our nice little breakfast that we ordered. Here's a picture. Is it okay to have a Bucks Fizz at 7:30 in the morning?
I think so.
I think
yes.
so. When you're going on holiday, it is. Yeah. So there's also, you can get beauty treatments for men and women as well. You can get all those treatments. You have to pay a little contribution to those, but just make sure you book in advance. There's showers, beautiful showers. There's a pool table. There's TVs everywhere if you want to relax and watch
Yes,
some
and
TV.
if you need to catch up with some work, there is a computer section where you can sit down and do
Business
some
section.
business work, that sort of thing
Absolutely.
as well.
Just about every magazine you would want. So.
Yes, there's a nice table that's laid out full of newspapers and all the latest magazines which you're allowed to take with you to go on the plane.
Absolutely, yeah. So the clubhouse is an experience you cannot miss. I would recommend anybody, if you're flying upper class, as Anna said, leave yourself enough time to get into the clubhouse. So once you've had your fill in the clubhouse, we used it to the maximum, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, got lots of food and drink to help us along our way. You then get onto the plane, and of course, this is where you have the luxury of turning left rather than turning right, which means that you then go into the upper class cabin, and from there on in. Again, the service and the food is just absolutely wonderful. You get
It's lovely to be able to sit down, put your feet up, because it converts to a flat bed, so you've got plenty of space. So you have your feet up and they come round and you can have another Bucks Fizz, a glass of champagne, or just orange juice, or any other drink that they'll just take your order.
Yeah.
So while you're drinking and sipping away, you can see the other passengers getting on, going right, It's lovely to be just so comfortable and relaxed.
Absolutely, it's the only way to fly really. Once you've done it, you won't go back if you can afford to do it. And of course, there's a full menu. It's a menu where you get full, cutlery, not plastic cutlery. You get metal cutlery. It's served at your table. Here's a little picture. I was just waiting for my first course to arrive, and you might notice the little salt and pepper pots in the shape of a plane. There we are, they look like that. Shh, don't tell anyone. These were my little souvenirs from the flight, but I think they might expect people will take them as souvenirs anyway. But so I had a few things to eat. I had a beautiful salmon starter, and then I had some braised beef, as you can see there. Absolutely gorgeous. And of course, sorry, what were you going to say?
Well, no, I'll just say that the cabin crew are wonderful as well, and they come round regularly, and you can order lots of things, later on after you've had your meal. If you're still peckish, there are lighter bites that you can order from the menu, and then you have afternoon tea as well. Everything really.
And you kind of have it whenever you want, as opposed to you've got to have it when they come round. It's just you order it whenever you want, really. And of course, there's fine wines. You just call off the wines you want if you like wines, like I do, like my red wines.
Yes, they come round with a selection of several wines with your meal, and you choose which one you want. And
absolutely, the bottles are there in a little holder, and you can choose which one you want. So, but of course, there's something very special which I found, which I love. It is the actual bar. They've got a bar in the plane, so my recommendation is get up there. There's nothing quite like having a little drink with some fellow passengers and some friendly bar staff at the 36,000 feet bar. Here's a picture of me with chatting to the bar staff there, who were fantastic. We had a great time up there, just having a few drinks. Just something really special and different to what you would normally get on a flight.
But just double check, depending on the flight you're on, because obviously Virgin have several planes, and there is one particular new one, the A350, which has what they call the loft, which is they've taken away the bar, but they have a loft where you can go in and sit down. But again, drinks can be brought to you by the crew cabin, and you can sit and chat to other people in the loft area. But most of the other planes do have the bar where you can go up and drink, and there's always usually a bowl of fruit on the bar as well, or some other sort of crisp sweets, that sort of thing that you can still. Yes,
absolutely. So our recommendation is always check where your seat is or what seat you want. You can go onto a website like flightguru.com, have a look at the plane that you're going to be flying on, and then you can see exactly all the pros and cons. People put reviews of what seats have what pros and what seats have what cons. So our recommendation is always select your seat, always go and look on a site that reviews the different seats on the planes, and that way you're not going to have an unexpected upset where you think, I didn't realise I was sitting right next to the toilet, or I didn't realise I was sitting close to the bar, it was a bit noisy. So make your choice before you go, and then you won't be disappointed.
And if you're having a long journey, 7, 8, 9 hours, and you want to have a lie down, whether it's during the daytime and of course probably at night time, the cabin crew come round and they convert the bed for you, and you have your duvet, your pillows and so on. And it's really quite comfortable.
Absolutely. And of course, when you get off the other end, off to the baggage hall, the good thing is your luggage comes out with a priority tag, which means it comes off first, so you can skedaddle off out on the way. So there's our little few tips, a little review of our last upper class flight. Hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, drop them into the little chat box below, but we'll be putting our next video up after this one, which will be when we landed. We took a little drive up to Fort Lauderdale to spend the first night in Fort Lauderdale, and we'll tell you a little bit about that and the hotel that we stayed at there. But other than that, bye for now, and remember, live well,
love each other,
and laugh often. Bye for now.